Hello everybody! Bone Canoe Studios is proud to present Let's Play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I'm very excited to start this game. This has been one of my favorite games for quite a while now. I played the first Roller Coaster Tycoon back in 2001. The next few years got the expansion packs, continued to play, and eventually at some point I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Never played the third one for whatever reason. It just didn't have the same appeal to me. But number 2, this is the real deal. This is where it is. And this Let's Play, it's been a long time coming. I've been meaning to do it for a long time. So without further ado, let's jump on in. Alright, well, you can see we have different scenarios to pick from. I don't know how many of the scenarios I'm going to do, but I figure we are going to start from the beginning and just see how far we feel like going. I think that's the most reasonable thing to do. Alright, so we are going to pick the park. We're just going to pause at the start. Now, every park has an objective. This is not like SimCity or The Sims, where there's no victory condition. There are victory conditions in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Now, they tend to be pretty easy, especially in the early game. So, to achieve monthly income from rides of at least $1,000 is actually very easy. It can be done with only a couple roller coasters. So, that's pretty easy. So basically, we already start out with a small functioning park, and you know, we can take a look at what we have here. I'm just going to give you a little introduction to the screens and what they do. Here are the footpaths you can build. I'll show you how to build those in a minute. These are lines for the entrance of rides. We have your selection of rides. We have gentle rides, roller coasters, exciting rides, water rides, food and drink stalls, and this is our research. So that's what we have here. We have terrain editing tools. We have the water editing tools. And, well, this is the terrain editing tools, my bad. This is the decoration tools. And this here is a clear scenery tool. And more of these buttons do more stuff, but I don't want to throw everything out there in the first 3 minutes because it's, you know, it's sometimes better just to show by showing. So basically, we start out with $10,000, but you also have to be aware that we are, actually don't have any loans. So yeah, we pretty much start out with $10,000 cash, no questions asked. So, good on us, I guess. Now, I don't want to beat around the bush. I want to start building a roller coaster. Yeah, I don't, I really don't want to fool around too much. Let's get right to it. Alright, a lot of people don't make their own roller coasters, I've noticed. They're content just using the custom stuff. I promise you, every roller coaster that you will see in this Let's Play will be custom made. Alright. Now this one, I think we can do a reverse incline mode. So, basically, roller coasters have 3 modes. You can have a sort of just a regular coaster where, you know, it lifts up the lift hill. You have a powered launch coaster. And you can have a reverse coaster. Those go backwards. Makes me sick in real life. I just can't ride those, but it makes for cool rides. So let's get started. We don't want to disappoint our guests. I'm going to put some things here. I always find it good, I don't know, good design to put the entrance and the exit on opposite sides. And I've become decently good at placing the entrance and the exit in places that are most convenient for loading. And also, one mistake I see a lot of people making is they will make their lines too long. That will even happen automatically. For example, this line for the Crazy Golf is too long. It's already a problem. But we'll fix it in a little bit. Alright, but this line is long enough. I mean, as a general rule, you want enough line to be long enough to fill maybe like 3 cars full of people. Alright, so let's get started. The ideal speed for them to be going into this loop is around 40 miles an hour. You know, a little bit more would be okay, but more than 45, and that could be a problem. So we are going to we're going to keep this simple for our first roller coaster because, you know, we have to be conscious of how much money we have. So we just want to make something short and sweet, something people are going to like, and something that we can easily afford. Now, it's very important whenever you make a roller coaster to test it first. I like to just increase that. Look at this car. Because it's a reverse mode, you can only have it be 1 car on the track because, well, for obvious reasons. So, oops. We forgot to put it into reverse inclined shuttle launch mode, which is another way to say backwards coaster. And now we get to test it. And it's very important to see what speed it's going when it leaves the station. Let's take a look. 40 on the nose. Okay. This roller coaster looks, you know, sweet and simple. As long as we'll get around the loop without getting stuck. Yeah, that's fine. So then what happens is you go over here to the data screen, and once the roller coaster completes 1 circuit, then you will get some information. You know, max speed, average speed, all these little factors, which are very fun to look at because real roller coasters use these. And as you can see, the excitement value is high for this little roller coaster. So I think we can get away with charging $3. So we are going to open this roller coaster and see what people are thinking about it. If they are thinking anything at all. Some people are going to think the roller coaster looks too intense because people have these settings. They prefer a certain intensity of ride. So some people are not going to want to ride. So one other thing to keep in mind is the minimum and maximum waiting time. We don't want the roller coaster to wait too long, so we're just going to say if it's sitting there for 30 seconds, just go with whoever's on it, you know? It's good enough stuff for us. So I'm going to call this P1 for Park 1. We are going to save this. And I'm not sure yet whether I would just want to play until I have completed the objectives, or whether I want to play until I have made the most bang and park that I can with the space given to me. I'm thinking the second option, but I'm up for debate. And yes, we have weather in this game, so it's entirely possible we are going to get people not wanting to ride on the roller coaster during the rain. So if you hold shift, you can raise this up and down. Usually the prices that it starts with are good. You can bump them up maybe 1 or 2 ticks, but I wouldn't recommend doing much more than that. Alright, so we want to have 1 food, and then we'll have a drink. I like to have little food courts scattered throughout the park. In a big enough park, I might have like 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. But in a park like this, I imagine I will probably only need, you know, 4 or so. Let's find the bathroom, because that's very important. We'll throw that down. And let us have a hat stall. we are going to build some hats. We're going to have them be red. One cool thing you can do is name people. So for example, this people, we are going to call him Leonard Nimoy because he's awesome. And if you press I, you can keep tabs on what he's doing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a guest in the park, please just write, hey, I want to be a guest in this park, and I'll use your YouTube username as your guy's name. Now, keep in mind, you probably won't be appearing for a very long time, considering, you know, sometimes these are recorded in advance. I could probably even afford to take this up a few more, but I don't want to be too greedy. I could name some of these roller coasters, but don't have too many ideas right now. But let's just watch it go for a minute. Whee! So that's fun. And as you'll see, they'll be getting off at the station. File towards the exits. Now you see why I have the entrance and exit in strategic places. And many of them are going to want to head right back on again because they had so much fun. So they are going to do that. Alright. Now let's take a look at our staff. We have 2 handymen, 2 mechanics, 1 security guard, and 1 entertainer. It's probably enough for a small park such as this, but as we grow, we are obviously going to want to hire more of these guys. So let's take a look at some of the other rides that we have. We don't have a Ferris wheel, do we? No, we don't. I mean, Ferris wheels aren't all that exciting compared to roller coasters, but we need something for the people who don't want rides that are too intense to go on. So we're going to throw that down. Rides such as these you don't really need to test just because, you know, I mean, it's a Ferris wheel. How complicated can you get, you know? If you've been on one Ferris wheel, you've been on them all pretty much, at least where this game is concerned. So I'm just going to make a little path. Actually, that's not how I wanted to make the path at all. That's how I wanted to make the path. And people should be joining in on these rides very soon. And already we're getting some popularity on this roller coaster, so it's a good thing. Oh, I also want to throw down some branches here, and we got an alert. New attraction, Fruity Ice Stall. Yeah, basically it will rotate between giving you different kinds of new stuff. The research and development team will just research everything unless you tell it to only research certain things. So if you feel like you don't have enough, you know, exciting rides or enough roller coasters or enough food stalls, you can have them just research only that for a while. And we are going to have a trebuchet ride. Apparently we already have one in this park, but it doesn't matter because trebuchet rides, you can actually adjust them to 3 different modes. So we're going to put this to intense mode because I'm pretty sure the other is on beginner mode. We are going to put a little line. We are going to make sure that we are charging enough money. $2 is enough. And let's just work on some path construction. Alright. And usually when I build paths, I just like to throw down a few benches here and there for tired people or people who might be nauseous or people who just want to relax and eat. So, and some garbage cans so that there's not so much litter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that brings us to the end of our first episode. We're doing quite well. I'm happy about how this is going so far. So join us next time, in which I hope to build more roller coasters and more rides. So thank you, everybody, and see you next time.